Welcome back to 340 Paddler, and today I'm unveiling a training program. Now, this is not going to be a paid program. I'm putting this out on YouTube. I am not looking for people to win. I am looking for people to finish, but I'm hoping to give you a more or less week by week progress to get to your goals at the 340, and hopefully everything is scalable, because after all, we just want to see you at the finish, preferably drinking Scott Reeves's beer. Who am I? I'm 340 Paddler. I've been doing this far too long to be healthy, and I should probably throw my paddling resume out there. This is basically it. I've done the 340 7 times, finished it 7 times. My times beginning were in the 78-hour range, so I was kind of towards the rear of the pack. The last 4 years have been sub 50. And a quick disclaimer, I'm not a trained doctor, medical professional, physical therapist, trainer, or traffic engineer. So, what am I doing? Well, what I want to do is create a fairly simple program, and the basic goal of the program is around a sub 60 finish. That's the generalized goal. Why did I choose that goal? Because this program is entirely based on my program for 2016 when I finished in 46 hours and 2017 when I finished in 49 hours. And I am far, far from a Superman. So that should be something that many people can obtain. Now, I said that this is scalable. If you push it a little bit further, you can go sub 50. If, on the other hand, you're simply looking to finish, you can back off of some of the ideas. So there will be that scalability, and that's what I'm going to focus on, is sort of a sub 50 area or category, a sub 60 category, and then basically a 60 and up category. In terms of prerequisites, just like any other physical exercise, in terms of health, make sure that you get or have recently had a physical, that you are in shape to do a workout program. I do not want you starting from zero and ending up with a lot of overuse injuries. In terms of equipment, anything that we use will be very minimal. You will be able to buy most of it at Goodwill or your local thrift shop of your choosing. A lot of what we're going to do is either in the boat or going to be running and cardio. We are not going to need any specialized equipment, so you won't need an ergometer, etc. If you have one, that'll be fantastic, but we can get fairly similar results using other methods. So week 1, where do we start? Well, the problem is cardio. The 340 is ultimately a cardio event. You need to be able to keep your heart rate up at a certain rate, probably in that aerobic zone, and keep it there for an extended period of time. And the problem with cardio is it takes about 6 months to get your cardio systems really in shape. So that's where we're going to start this week. We're going to start slow and progressively build. If you're watching this after December, so you're watching this in January, February, March, this is where you want to start. You can always accelerate it if you so choose. Now, in terms of cardio, I'm talking about swimming, biking, running, although there are other forms of cardio I suppose you could use. Goals this week. What am I looking for you to do? If you're going to run, and you need to pick one of these, you could pick multiple if you want, but I prefer you to pick one because you need to get your muscles used to running. And by the way, this entire program is based on the fact that you're probably starting from zero or close to it. So in terms of a run, I want you to run for 10 minutes, 3 days this week, non-consecutive days. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, for example. The second run will be the hardest, especially if you haven't run before, because you'll be sore and trying to run. But trust me, the soreness will go away very, very rapidly. All I want you to do is run for about 10 minutes. I want to try and keep your heart rate under about 155 or so. What I'm looking for is the all-day pace. Can you hold a conversation and run for 10 minutes? That's kind of what we're shooting for. A couple of reasons for this. First of all, by keeping the low heart rate, it also prevents overuse injury. So it would be very easy to go out and bust out 3 miles. I'm sure most of you can. but your Achilles tendon or the tendons in your foot or your knees will really thank you if you work into it slowly. So we're doing that. We're trying to work into it slowly. 10 minutes at under 155, you'll probably be well over a 10-minute mile. So don't feel bad if that's the case. And running 10 minutes, you might not even run a mile. And that's fine. We need to start somewhere. If you can run further than that, or you have a history of running, then you'll be able to scale things from there. If you're on a bike, you'd want to do about 15 minutes because a bike does not have the same cardio load that running does, for example. You'll again do it 3 days non-consecutively during the week. You want to keep your heart rate to about 140 or less. And again, I'm trying to avoid overuse injuries, especially early training overuse injuries. Those can be real problems. If you're going to swim, which is another great option, of course, you would want to do about 10 minutes, 3 days per week, again, assuming that you're coming from zero. Maybe you have a background in swimming, and I have no idea what the heart rates are for swimming, so please don't drown. You want to feel like you've sort of gotten your heart rate up, and that's about the goal we're looking for. In terms of swim, we're making sure that the shoulders are getting into shape, that you aren't going to tear up your shoulders or end up with a tendonitis of the shoulder from picking up too quickly. Again, if you've already hit these levels, awesome. I'll probably pick you up in the next couple of weeks as we start to ramp up. But it's going to be a slow ramp up at first. Things will accelerate later on when we're past any possible overuse injuries. I'm just trying to get you to the finish. So that is the goal. This program will exist on my YouTube channel, 340 Paddler. It is there for anyone's use. If you have questions, comments, concerns, quarrels, qualms, quandaries, curse words, leave them in the comments below. If it's something personal, you can find me on the 340 Facebook group. Otherwise, this is 340 Paddler, hoping that you keep your paddle in the water.